This is my favorite part right here. No notes, no notes, great job. All right, this video is going to be a work review. I got a few submissions. I actually haven't really checked out any of them until this video, so this is gonna be a live reaction, just a live feedback session. Let's dive right in. The first submission is from Matted Pictures. I don't actually know your full name, but I'll make sure to put the Instagram so that y'all can go check them out and show them some love.
And that's when Christ broke the bread and he said, "This is my body." And then he said, two of the most beautiful words in the world.
This was a beautiful video. I love the emotion that you kind of evoked by choosing the sound that you edited to. I also really loved the shot that you have of the preacher, I'm assuming. This shot right here, I really love this shot. One thing that I would note is your text is great. I would make it a little bit smaller and try to allow it to not get into the image as much so that we can truly enjoy the shots that you got. Like, this is a beautiful shot. I would love to be able to see a little bit more of him and not have his head cut off by text. My other note is I know this was shot handheld, and I think handheld has a place. I love shooting handheld. It definitely can be a vibe. I think for this particular piece, I would have probably opted to go with a tripod or a monopod kind of setup, something that could provide more stability. Last thing I'll say, I think this video was great. I think it was a little bit on the long side, especially for social media. And so by keeping it shorter, the shots stay new and fresh in our minds and we don't get bored by, you know, the end of the video. Moving on to Nick from Shifty Flicks. Let's take a look.
Me and my brother Gazals, both of us trying to ball. Bitch chick straight out the streets, a bitch get stuck for a wall. If fuck we grow up together, cross me once, nigga don't call me. My ties red like Mitt Romney, I drunk a 6 on the zombie to Omni.
That was really cool. One thing that I really loved was the very beginning. I always love incorporating sound, dialogue, interviews, anything that has words to it always adds to videos, in my opinion. The narrative element of it is what drives that story of the film. You can make a workout video and just use a bunch of cool clips, and it might be cool, it might be trendy, but I think it always impacts more when we can hear something, we can hear what they're going through. And in this case, he's talking about how tired he is, and it just kind of sets the stage for us to see what exactly made him tired. So I think that was a great intro. And then you went into the video with a lot of energy. I love these shots. I love the shutter drag, following the movement of the exercises. Right here, I would have probably added a 4th square just to make it like even. I love the different things you're doing in this video to kind of keep our attention and hack our attention. Like every couple seconds, there's a different type of frame. You go to shutter drag, you go to emotion, you go to him kicking, doing high kicks. That kind of keeps the viewer engaged the entire time rather than a drop off happening. I think the color is almost there. It has a good look to it. I think I would have probably went in and dialed back the oranges a little bit and then changed the tint over a little bit more towards magenta because it's leaning a bit like yellow, orange on the skin tones. That's pretty much it. Great video. Thank you for submitting. All right, moving on to Steven Ruiz sent in this music video for Mike Teasy.
I've been going through a purge right now. It might even hurt a little while, but I'll be here better me when it's all over. I strike a match and start the flames. Anything that I do, burn it all away.
This was really cool. Right away, my first thought, as soon as the video started, is the location is amazing. I don't know if this is like something that you scouted out or something that the artist knew of. However you found this location, fire, great choice. And I like every single scene. I think they're all designed well, they keep me interested. There's a lot of different elements to look at. So right in the beginning here, I love the stadium and I really love this area. The reason why I love this is because there's a lot of lines to look at. Like you can see the frame kind of drives you towards the middle where you're looking at the artist itself. Some of the other images are also cool, but a little less contrast is in them, just naturally through where the sun was, the direction you're shooting. But here you can see like there's a lot of darkness on the right side of the frame. There's a lot of darkness on the left side of the frame, but then also he's getting good backlight from all the way in the back and on these side windows. So there's just a good element of like just enough light, just enough backlight You exposed it properly, you colored it properly. And I just think that's like my favorite frame. I love this basketball scene, like where he's kind of laying on the bed or laying on a beanbag and he has like all the things around him. I think that overhead shot is really strong and I wish I saw it a little bit more. Like I would love to just sit on that shot and maybe it zooms in for like a really long take. I feel like it always pops in and out. But I would love to just stay there for a while. I think some of the shots would bounce back and forth between a stationary shot and then a motion handheld look. And I think that's fine if there's some severe intent behind it, like you're trying to tell a story with those choices. I think this video actually could have had more stationary shots because I think when they were composed really well, they just are strong. And I think if you added some zoom ins to that, it would just have this like really nice cinematic feel. So overall, great video, Steven. Thank you for sending this in. All right, we have another submission from Jamar Noel.
I've been crying and sobbing. Today's my 5th day over this meeting.
Right away, let me just say this before I continue. I love that intro. Establishing where we're at, what we're doing. One thing I really love is when I watch movies, they go from scene to scene or they switch cities, they switch countries, they switch locations, and they put the text that tells you like, you know, now we're in Los Angeles, now we're here. There's just something about an establishing shot with the name of the place that you're at that just kind of, I like it. So I love that intro. I like the animation of it. And I like that you kept it on there for a little bit over a drone shot. So we're not super distracted. Great shot. Yeah, great shot. Let me just say, I love the emotion that you captured. That's such an important thing for event captures. Your goal is to go around and capture that emotion and really allow people that weren't there to feel what happened through your video. So you did a great job of finding those moments and positioning yourself to get a great shot. Love the lighting and color grading that you put on this. It's even, it's balanced. I feel like the skin tones look great. So overall, great color grading. I noticed that you have like the little zoom ins on different clips and I love that. The whole idea, I just talked about this, but like stationary, great shots with a little bit of zoom on them or movement is great. I love the bounce back and forth between shots that are just in, 23 frames versus slow motion. One thing I would say is with your captions at the bottom, I probably just made them a little smaller. I like to think of like when I watch Prime Video or Netflix, I like to make my captions like really small on the TV so I can really take in the images and you can read the words at any size really, unless someone has like a really bad like seeing problem. Most people can see the text. So I like to make it as small as possible that it's legible but out of the way of the image so that you can truly take it all in. But overall, this video is great. Great job capturing this event and the feeling. Great job capturing audio and including that in your video because that also adds to the story and the emotion overall. So overall, great video. Thank you for sending that in. This last one is from Julio Velasco. Really great shot there. Oh yeah, I love the zoom in. That Matchco is amazing.
Why you always hiding from me? I've missed you lovely days.
That little like flashing transition is amazing. I just have to pause and say this is tremendous storytelling. It feels like a short film. This cinematography is amazing. Love your locations. And even, it's like the technical things, your camera movements that you're doing, the tilts as she's running into the wall, beautifully done. And I need to ask you about that effect you're doing with the flashing of the clips. Like that is awesome. And it's like just enough of creepy that it like works for this story. Also, your talent is incredible at just acting. Like this is really good emotion in the face, things like that. So this is all done very professionally. Very good job. This is my favorite part right here. This little transition from like the empty scene to her being right in front of the camera. I mean, that is like beautifully done. So yeah, again, no notes, great job. Thank you everyone for submitting some work. It's just fun to see everybody's creations, everyone's creativity, and be able to give a little bit of feedback or just honestly praise the work that you have. I really want to do this more, so be on the lookout for another post. I went through as many DMs as I could, but I think I might have missed like 1 or 2. Shoot me another DM. Just remind me so that, because I posted about this a long time ago and then didn't make the video for a long time. Next time I'll make it a little faster. But again, thank y'all for checking this out and see y'all in the next one. Peace.